Hi, today I'm going to show you how to put a pillow together. We've had a lot of requests, so what we have is the finished hooked piece, and it's been trimmed to about 1.5 inches away from the hooking. So then I cut a piece of backing fabric, and in this case it's a piece of hand-dyed wool, but you can also use a piece of suede, a piece of cotton, anything you have that's a good size that you like. So I pin it together with the right sides together. So the right side of the backing with the right side of the hooking are pinned together. Then I take with a large needle and a heavy, in our case we use upholstery thread, and I'm going to sew with kind of small stitches as close as possible, the two layers together, as close as possible to the hooking on 3 sides. So I would start on this corner, go all the way down across the bottom and up the opposite side. Then I'm going to take the sewn pieces and turn it inside out so that I have the right side of the hooking to the outside. So then I'm going to just play with the corners a little bit to make sure that I get them out nice and square. Then I take my excess burlap from the 4th side, which hasn't been sewn, and I fold it in so it's even with the hooking edge, and I do the same with the excess fabric of the backing, and I make sure it's nicely tucked inside. So now with my large needle and my heavy duty thread, I'm going to take stitches and do like a ladder stitch, starting on the back side and picking up the backing of the hooked piece as close as possible to the hooking as I can. Now, in another situation I would use matching thread, but in this case this thread shows up nicely for you to see. So I'm going to continue taking stitches back and forth. I think it's called a ladder stitch. It might be just called a whip stitch. Back and forth about less than 1/4 inch apart. And I'm going to sew all the way, maybe 2 inches. Okay, so when I get about 2 inches in, I'm just going to park my needle, and now I'm going to use either fiber fill, which is you can buy loosely at any department store, and I'm going to stuff my pillow. You can also use a pillow form, and so if I was going to use a pillow form, I would make sure that I had hooked this pillow to the appropriate size, 14, 16, 18 inches, whatever. So now I'm going to stuff my pillow with the backing, with the fiber fill, until I have it sufficiently stuffed and I'm satisfied with the way it looks and feels, all the way up to the top. So now I'm going to continue on with find my parked needle here. So now I'm going to continue on making small, little bit less than 1/4 inch stitches, picking up my backing fabric and my hooking all the way across, all the way to the other end, put a little knot in it, and there you go. Your pillow is done. And here we have a couple finished pieces for you to see. This one has velvet on the back, and this one again has wool fabric. But you can see the stitches are very close to the hooking so that you can barely see any burlap, and that's what you want to do. You want to cover the burlap up as much as possible. That's it. Thanks. Good luck.